Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. My name is Tad Kilgore, and um, welcome aboard. Awesome to see you all. So, hang on a second here. I have something I have to fix. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. My name is Tad Kilgore, and all right. So, this is episode 32 of the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. We have had 32 total games, which kind of astounds and amazes all of us. We've been playing consistently and constantly, and have really kind of enjoyed it all together. And we hope you have too. So, what we are going to be doing today is continuing our overall exploration and really finding out what kind of rests beneath in ways that we haven't before. Last week, our party was able to find a an ally potentially. They think she might be, although they're still establishing that relationship. And they encountered Aranya, and she is part of one of the factions that dwell below here. And our players are beginning to get a good idea about kind of what the structure of things is and who is working together and who is not working together here in the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. So, all that being said, a couple things for you. I'm going to go over some of my house rules, which a lot of you, if you're constant members of the stream and you've been watching, you're familiar with, but we always have a few new people showing up, so I like to restate them. First thing that I do is the players do this also, is we're in character pretty much 90% of the time, unless we're talking specifically about mechanics, leveling, division of treasure, specifically how rolls will go. But our players really try to be in character. And everybody gets excited every once in a while, and everybody ends up talking about, mechanics and really tough fights. That's the nature of the beast. But the goal for everyone is to be their character and experience things from their character's perspective and comment on things from their character's perspective as much as possible. Now, what does the DM do with that? What the DM does is if you're scamming somebody in front of the merchant prince, guess what? He hears you, he understands what you're doing. If you have a discussion about your tactics in front of him. So I keep it in real time, and I have my NPCs respond to the player characters as if they are in character, as if they're present and they've heard what's being spoken. Second thing we do is we use a dice tower here on Fantasy Grounds, and we use Fantasy Grounds as our playing platform. And what I use a dice tower for is I use it for all skill rolls. And what that does is that allows the players to respond to their feedback from the natural environment, not the mechanics of the roll. Occasionally, I will have a saving throw be made in the tower, and also, but all combat rolls, without exception, I think, are always made openly so the players can see what's going on there, and that seems to work fairly well for us. What we're going to do, without further ado, is I'm going to give everybody a chance to talk about who they are, what they do here on Twitch, on social media, if they're so inclined to talk about that, and also to give us sort of a brief recap of where their character is, what their expectations are for them for this episode, and what they personally want to accomplish. And once we've done that, we will dive right in. I'll tell you what, Penny, Matt, you're at the top. Why don't you give us an idea where you're at?
All right. My name is Matt. I play Penny, and I don't really have any social media things. You can just follow me here. Um, Penny and Matt are actually both really curious to see how today progresses as we go back into level 2 to see how the interaction between two potentially factions that are not necessarily friendly towards one another with the undead and the orcs. I'm curious to see how that plays out because they were locked away and whether or not there's going to be any negative interaction between the two in our absence. So I'm curious to see how that happens and what occurs with that whole situation.
Excellent. Delbert, let's talk about who you are and what you're seeing for today.
I'm Forlasanto on Twitch. You can find me there. I run a game on Sundays, Star Wars, and yeah, that's about my social presence. I'm playing Delbert Galen, who is a wizard of the Cabal. Um, Everybody seems to think he needs more girlfriends, so um, that seems to be a thing. And now the girlfriends are getting more and more legs, so this might become a problem.
Yep.
That's about where Delbert's at the moment.
Outstanding. Jenna, would you like to talk about your character and what you're expecting for today?
So, hi, I'm Jen. I play Jenna Bink, the lovely gnome artificer with her sidekick, Catapult, the only reasonable male figure in her life. She and I are both interested in what is going to happen with level 2 because there's plenty of stuff that happened when we were on level 2 with no time to process or investigate. And she has been disappointed so far in the fact that her research has been completely halted by undead. And that is just not interesting to her. They're just big piles of meat. And please, can we get back to constructs? I mean, flame breathing constructs, people.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Jen. Hey, Idris, you're up. And PJ, I do want to flag again your transformation into Shia last week was spot on. I really appreciated that. That was some really solid role playing. But let's hear what Idris is up to today.
He's gonna dodge. Yeah, works in all situations here. Um, Actually, yeah, he actually is looking forward to going back down into level 2 because he wanted to go see what was in all those rooms. I mean, you get your ass kicked by that many undead. You want to know what's in there and what's around there. And he's actually really interested in clearing another floor. Because the first one took a long time to get through, and he's actually really interested to see what's on the other side of that really long hallway. Now that he's seen the undead pile out of doors, he's kind of wary of all the doors lined up on this level. Like they're like, what do you call them? Like fire hydrants of bad guys. And of course, those back-to-back fights did nothing to dissuade him from the fact that he is invincible. So, bravo, everyone.
Outstanding. So it would be safe to say then at this point that Idris is convinced that he is actually the world champion and has nothing to fear. Is that accurate?
World heavyweight champion, undefeated. Like all these combats have been by knockout. You know, it's great.
I would
Great.
say
Team's working great.
one of the things that I've been seeing you do with your character that's interesting is Hirsch is the god of luck, right? The god of chance and the god of sort of measured risk. And since you've really taken the orders of as a paladin of Hirsch, you've been trying to personify that in the sort of risks you take, and that's been very interesting for me to watch as your DM. All that being
Yeah.
said, let us get to it. So we had just finished our initial conversation with she, and she gave you her name in whatever her native tongue is, which none of you have heard, and she was correct. You couldn't pronounce it. And she seemed to struggle with a concept, but she said the safest thing for you to do is to call her she. So she said, so many things to you, right? And so she talked to you about what she thinks is going on. She talked to you about a little bit about the different factions, but mostly about what she thinks is going on in terms of the structure of the place. She talked a little bit to you about gates. When Shia came forward, she almost like dropped on her knees in veneration and asked her if she was the one that was hidden, I believe was exactly how she phrased it. So you've just started to have your conversation with she. She's laid some things out, and we decided it was time to take a break. So she is standing there with you, and she is talking to you, and she is in elven form right now. So, and it's not quite right, even though it is elven form. There's just something slightly off about how she looks. So compared to you, vaguely elven, not completely elven. Her eyes aren't right. Her teeth are a little bit jagged. You can see it's almost like there's plates in a couple spots on her hide. So she doesn't look purely and completely like um, you do. It's almost like she's trying to simulate it. So she goes, I should return to my babies. I should go back down to the eggs if you have no more for me.
Which is that level 2, or is that further down where you'll be residing?
So, the door you tried to come through that we packed with webs that we spun closed, if you go through that door and pass to your left or to the east, you will find the area that we have. But remember, they have allowed me to leave even though I am separate. And she points to the charred mark on the back of her head where the symbol disappeared. Even though I am separate, the other sisters have allowed me to live as a buffer between them and here. So I live on the glace of my sisters, and they do not trust me in the way that they once did because I am not mocked, I am not held now by the place here, by this space. So I live there, and I am on. We have made tunnels and passages down into open cavern that exist below, and the bulk of the sisters dwell down below there, and they dwell with a piece of our God has been given to us also. So they dwell down below with him. And, but I live, my family lives, the ones that I still hold to my will are here just below, level down. Below that, there is a much larger complex that the Atlantia matriarchs, the other ones, that clan now holds. And I am a buffer for them. They give me freedom to live, to be a barrier between the orcs in here. And one reason I seek you out is I lose my thralls. I lose my drones, I mean. And my drones and my other spiders I cannot make fast enough to hold my place. Is only a matter of time before I am overrun. Especially now that the seals have been broken and the undead have come forth.
Excuse me, she. Question. You mentioned him?
I
Who
oh
is him?
um he's you would call him dragon. You would, but he is not dragon in what you say. It is the only word I can come up with. He is um s- he is a drone, but not a drone because he has his own will. He does not subvert it to the females. He is part dragon, part spider, as you call it, eh? And he is avatar of the god, eh? And he dwells below. So
Other question. The mark that was charred off of your back. If you are, or when you are marked, does it give control over you, or does it simply identify who you belong to?
so you cannot pass through a gate. You are trapped within. So it limits choice for you. And it has happened to me where I felt a strong compulsion to take action. I will say it makes you more violent. Hmm? The sisters, we take territory, we wait, we feed, we find point of balance in the place that we live within, and we are part of it. If anyone transgresses our barriers, we eat them, or we wrap them in shroud and allow the children to feed. But we do not fight war for war's sake. There is always something to make the bloodline stronger. Hmm? And when you are within, when the mark comes, you feel a desire to destroy. You feel a desire to hunt and kill, and it is a compulsion. It is a pressure on you to make you do these things. So I no longer feel the compulsion in the same way. I make my decisions purely on my own, but I know that the sisters sometimes act under compulsion, and I have seen other things. I am certain act under compulsion.
But
Go.
are the sisters able to force others below them to do things, or is it the other power that forces everyone to do these things? For example, if I was marked, would the matriarchs be able to compel me to do something?
No, no, you would not be that way. It's part of who we are that I can say to a drone, you call Ettercap. I could say to a drone, you must do, and they do. Or I say to the spider swarm, go. But like the orcs, all are marked. It makes them more aggressive. It makes them more of who they are, and they do not have the gift of the mind.
Are
So,
you? Oh, go ahead.
so they give orders yelling like they always do. They speak to their meat, not to their mind.
And are they able to harm other individuals who have the mark?
I, I. Did we not say that you had seen the fountain here? And she points to the far wall toward the blue fountain. Yeah, and you had watched the
Yes.
energy pulse to the floor. Eh? So
They did.
yeah. Oh. So she says. So this is how it works. Eh? At least I think, and I will say again. So somehow this place feeds upon the fight, feeds upon the death and the warfare that goes on within. So the orcs fight, we fight, and if you watch a death, you will see energy flow through the floor, through the black rock itself, to the places that collect. And I have seen them as fountains, I have seen them as on gems, I have seen them as pillars. Yeah, they hold ceilings, pillars. So I have seen all these things serve as receptacles or loci for the collection of death.
Are
So
new creatures added to your when new creatures are added to your group with the mark? Do you know that's occurred, or do they simply appear and have the mark?
it depends on each species. I think I know. I cannot say if orcs know, but I know because my mind touches all my bloodline, all my babies. But I do not know if orcs know. I do not know if the Latmen know. So
Didn't as an out of character? Oh, not out of character. I'm sorry. To Delbert and what's his name? Quickfoot. Quickfoot was marked right. First met him.
No.
No, he wasn't. Oh, all right. I was just curious because I was thinking, you got that prestidigitation. You could always do up some tats on our necks, and we could deception our way through some stuff.
yeah,
How did you get marked in the first place? You didn't come to the dungeon marked.
no, no. So well, one sees things. Some sleep once and are marked. But you see things, you fear things. If you fall in combat and stand again, if you are touched by some of the minds that seem to rest within, then they take you. And you feel it blossom like fire upon the back of your neck, and you are taken. And then you cannot leave. You cannot pass through the gates.
It reminds me of a hotel I once stayed at.
Took me a second.
Oh, I got it immediately. Yes, so one may check in, but one may never leave. So
So I got a question for you. Who? I noticed you all got like different marks on yourself and stuff, and you said like you could take the mark off, but who put the mark on you, like initially? Because you got different marks. So who like actually put that there, or do you remember that?
I do not know. I have all who my bloodline bore the mark, and she talks about it. It's the one that you guys say looks like a magic missile, a wizard casting a shield, right? Ralwyn, she said, "Oh, that within my bloodline had that, but there were other sisters who bore different ones." I do not know. Um, I think, I think that the eldest that were here, um, Marcos, and that the sword she points at Shia, is the one that escaped. But we do not understand much of that. So, is when I was whole and had my three, we dreamed, and we dreamed of ancient elves, and I think they play into that. I saw a door, and the door had symbols, and I have seen the symbols again here also. But, but I have not been able to piece it all together. And then my sisters died, and I have not dreamed in the same way. I have diminished.
I don't suppose you know anything about flame and lava constructs, because that's kind of imperative to my research personally.
No, no, and I do not go on the workshop on the second level. He's dangerous. So,
Approximately where is this workshop on the second level?
if you go to the doors that we have secured and bear to the right, you will find it. But,
You
so
see in the back, Idris is like, "Woo! I'd rather take on orcs."
he's, he's bad there. So they have made, they cannot make the constructs that come out are not whole now. They are twisted piles of metal, and flame is not the place it once was.
But the constructs get made there, and there's a whole workshop. Gilbert, there's a workshop on the when can we go again? I mean,
Oh, the workshop has a mind. It used to speak to us, but this is insane now.
it's a sentient workshop.
Uh, it is insane now.
Oh, okay. Jenna Bink starts putting stuff into her packs as though she wants to get going.
Bump, 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 bump. Bump, bump, bump,
No,
bump,
I
bump,
feel
bump.
like at the
So,
very least we need a rest.
so she walks around Jenna Bank and seems to be trying to check out the back of her neck.
You trying to see if she's a snowflake? Idris says.
Oh no, I don't have anything on the back of my neck, but you have to understand that, and she gestures toward catapult. I'm very interested in arcane science, and it sounds like this workshop is an excellent place for me to learn more arcane science.
Her own creations are twisted metal constructs. You see?
No, no, no. This one, this thing, this is benign. It is her bloodline is not a threat, huh? So,
Oh, I
and
meant that's what it looks like.
she leans forward and she inhales deeply and she goes, and I see no touch of the infernal within her. It,
Ooh, infernal.
So I think, and if Jenna Bink is able to find, but I think that the constructs are powered by infernal spirits bound to them, but I am not certain.
Oh well, surely there has to be a workaround for that. I'll figure it out. As you can tell, I am very intelligent.
I think Celestials would work too. It's a matter of tricking and trapping them into thinking that they do good in your service.
I mean, I prefer to. I mean, I don't really want to trick or trap anything. Deception is not my forte. That's more like Idris or Penny possibly. But I certainly would like to, discover and research alternative energy sources and such. Yes, absolutely.
So, no, as you will. The longer they linger, the more risk there is for me. I should leave soon. Have you other questions? So, and one of the things that you guys are kind of dealing with her is she has her little pet wolf spider, which is behaving very much like a familiar would. So that thing is crawling all over her, but creeping into the room are the equivalent of a couple swarms, maybe, of smaller sized spiders, and just realizing that they are just in here with her. They seem to have like followed her. So all of a sudden you look down and you're like, damn, that's a lot of spiders.
Genevieve will back away to an area that doesn't have them yet.
So, so
I appreciate that so much that we don't want to hurt your children, that I really don't want to step on them or have them near me in case I step on them. That's the only. I just don't want to step on them. Yes, that's the only reason.
she clicks and pops a few times and lifts her hands, and you see the spiders flow up the walls and go up on top of the ceiling. So she goes, I make them safe now.
I
Great.
just one more real quick
Great.
question
That's
for
awesome.
you. The like walk-in dead things that we saw that were like trapped in there. Who do you know who trapped them in there and for what reason? And now that they're out, like, are they gonna stay in that area or are they gonna roam about and like get all eaty and stuff?
The lats did. The lats sealed. Yeah.
The,
So once the lads sealed that, then the orcs came up from the levels below, because the undead were no longer hunting and raiding. So and something make more undead all the time. So I have killed some, and they stand back up after a day or so. So yeah,
okay.
and
Um,
it was
Reduced to ash. Got it.
burning seemed to work, but I'm not a fan. I do not like fire. It burns the webs.
I throw the side eye to Delbert.
so now that the undead are back out, do you think the orcs are gonna like leave, or do you think there's gonna be conflict with them? What do you think is gonna happen?
The undead will hunt. Undead make more when they strike, huh? So, ghouls and gas, those things, they will hunt. So, and the maker gas can make the lesser undead, the skeletons and the zombies, the walking dead, they can make them. So they will make more. They make more now, and they send them out to hunt. And the Latmen will fight them. And the orcs will flee below and fight them from hardened positions. Maybe they laid up, but we are not too attractive to the undead. They will eat us and kill us. They will not eat us. They not eat us, but they will fight us and kill us if they run into us. But they do not hunt us, huh?
So there are spiders, undead, constructs, ratmen, and orcs on level 2, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and the level below, but the levels break off into pieces below. They are not as linked as they are here.
And when you say gates, do you mean the stairwells or something else?
Oh no, I need passage to other world.
Start a new life there and be the smartest person, Jenna.
I mean, I normally am anyway. I don't really need to start a new life. I do definitely want to see this workshop, though. I mean, yes.
Idris walks over to the door where the room collapsed in and just taps on it. He goes, "Yep, smartest person in that room too." And then takes a sip from his goblet.
So, I must go. If you needs me, come. My children know that you are not to be eaten. So because they know you are not to be eaten, they will not attack you. They will bring me on, summon me. Huh? But I must go. I can see that things move below. The undead hunt. They begin.
It was good to meet
All right.
you.
She goes, so you are polite, drone. She goes, and Jendabink and Penny, if I may use your drones, it will help me grow my bloodline.
I'm not sure how you plan on using them, but I mean, they don't got a problem with it.
Death by snoo snoo.
Well, I mean, you know, there certainly is consent. We do believe that the drones have a certain say in things. That said, I'm sure Idris can tell you his going rate.
I do not understand that.
The drones are the drones have their own capacity and ability to negotiate for themselves in their usage.
Oh, so I see.
We're
think I see.
unionized.
So I see that. I think I see, and I talk to them about they being not slaves to someone else's will in the same way that my drones are. So I understand. If this is a thing that you decide is a bloodline you want, then we should discuss as a way to anchor our alliance. So, but I must go. And she, you know, sort of, she turns, and as she turns and she moves her hands, you see the spider swarms roll out and head out the door in front of her. All right, so they just move out the door in front of her, and she steps forward, and the wolf spider pops up on her shoulder, and she makes some clicking and clacking noises and a deep-throated whistle, and moves forward. All right, and she's gone. All right, what are you guys
Are
doing?
all of the spiders gone?
Quickfoot, I could turn you into a spider, but then I'd have to call you Quick Feet.
That's kind of funny, boss, but I would be fine with that. You know, you want me to be a spider, that'd be okay. So, you know, I've had sex as a rat, I've had sex as a cat, I've had sex as a bird. Spider sex? That'd be fine. The only thing is I'd want to be one of the female ones, because I believe that the female ones eat the heads off the male ones after they have sex.
Not all spiders do that.
I'm not taking chances. You want to take chances? It's your head. Me? No fucking way.
I mean, he does have a point, although it would be an interesting point of research, not necessarily arcane science, but research.
Maybe Idris should go first.
I'm sorry, I actually brought my scroll of pedigree, so as the senior bestest noble here and set for marriage, I'm going to have to send you. So you can fulfill your house's honorific duties of forging strategic alliances with our allies.
So
Wow.
some of
I already got 2 ladies I got to deal with.
True.
So Delbert did suggest resting. So I'm thinking it's kind of like Winter Festival, where the sooner we rest, the sooner I get to go find the workshop. Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can find it easily by going all the way to the east end of the dungeon where the rats were and going down the stairs. Shortcuts.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't imagine that all of you want to come with me if we haven't rested first, or at least Delbert won't. And to be perfectly frank, Delbert is very useful with regards to killing things.
Thank you.
He gets all touchy-feely with them.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I could definitely use a nice long nap.
And the spiders are gone, right? You said?
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. Tell you what, you're gonna investigate the place looking for them. Is that what you're doing?
No, I was just curious because then we'd have to set our watch. We can't use them as part of it. So if we are going to rest,
Yeah.
just getting that set.
Yeah. So, you have your, that group of rats, that, pod of rats. There's about 20, 25 of them, although there'll be more. They are available, and based on the conversations, I can't believe I'm saying this, the conversations you had with those rats, and also that Quickfoot had with those rats, they're keeping eyes out for you, right? Although, as you're getting ready to settle down for your long rats, 3 of them do come and hop up on the table.
I provide them with 3 rations.
Well,
I assume that's why they're here.
This is outstanding, and we wanted to talk to you about this because it's something that we really feel, we need to take a stand on. All right, we can get that orc anytime we want because the orcs kill each other and the bodies lay around. All right, we have a vested. One of the reasons this alliance works for us is this stuff here is heavenly. All right, and he picks up a little like summer sausage in his hand and waves it. Some of the best stuff we've ever had, I got to tell you. So it's our goal to, as long as you can keep us in the good stuff, then we're more than willing to work with you. All right, and we understand that sometimes there's going to be a back and forth flow of some of the quality stuff that you got. But if you go back up to the surface and you come back down, we'll keep an eye on your stuff. We'll, I can't deal with something big, but we'll make sure you know exactly what's going on when you come back. All right, and if you can bring back, there's supposed to be this cheese with holes in it. That's fantastic. We're looking for some of that if we can get it.
I believe we know some people.
That would be fantastic. So, I'm looking for good food, all right? And down below, I'm telling you, there's storerooms packed with stuff that we couldn't get to because, constructs, all right? So, just saying. All right, so we're going to take this stuff if you don't mind. And so all of a sudden the rat caravan shows up and they're taking the rations just one after the, they're just packing stuff off, right? And pulling it off in the other room, pulling it off in the corner. And you've got this swarm of rats just going to town on it. And a couple of the bigger rats, a big female rat and an older male rat, are making certain it doesn't all just get wolfed down. They're making certain that it gets stashed and stored. And you can hear them chittering and arguing with each other. And oddly, you understand it in the same way that you've always been able to understand Quickfoot before he got taken as a familiar for Delbert.
Oh, what, all of us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but remember when you talked to the Rat Queen when you first descended into the dungeon? It's that. It felt weird, but you can understand.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right, I'm going to switch out my armors.
Okay. So am I putting a long rest down, folks? And what's your watch rotation? You just going to use them, or some of you going to stay on?
You can put me on.
Hey, I think we have a standard one set, don't
Yeah.
we? in the
All
thing?
right, so you're maintaining your standard watch rotation and using the rats to subsidize an effect.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
All right.
And
So-
prior to my long rest, I want to look at the damaged plate mail and try to figure out how long it would take me to turn it into half plate.
It would take about half the construction time to make half plate, so we'd have to research that and figure it
Okay.
out.
All right.
All right, so it's something you could potentially do. Biggest issue for you is changing. The pieces are there. The biggest issue for you is changing the size. So you have to reshape literally the breastplate because you're pulling a set of plate mail that was on a rog, which is about almost 7 feet worth of big orc. His chest as wide as you are. So you're going to have to take it and take the centerpiece of it and cut it down and reshape it and resize it. So there's a lot of work involved for you, but you think you can do it.
Okay.
If you are there paints in the workshop on this level?
There were not paints per se. There was a lot of bar stock and metal.
Okay.
What this looked like here, you were fairly certain that the kind of worker household drones constructs that you saw did basic repairs to stuff and to each other and used the things here. But
Okay, I'm good. I think the only thing I need is that dodge taken off me, and I'm good to roll.
all right. Okay, you've had your long rest. What would y'all like to do?
I would like to go find my workshop, my new improved and sentient but mildly insane workshop. That's clearly there's yes.
All right, where are you going within the dungeon complex? Where would you like to go? Which stairs are you going to take?
I mean, I do. While I do appreciate Idris pointing out that going to stairs on the east side of things may more quickly get us to where we absolutely need to go, which is that workshop. I would defer to Penny's judgment as far as if we should go where we already know things are first. Although there was a forge that I'm very interested in looking at as well, I will say.
Where do you think your workshop is? On the east side, right?
She said go through the doors that they had webbed and go to your right to get to the workshop. Go to the left to get to her.
Okay.
All right.
So that might point to the stairs that are honestly right off of this workshop. We could try those stairs.
Yeah, it's probably best if we go down in that hallway where we were ambushed by the spider things. Go see that lady area. Make sure everything's clear, and then move over to the east where your workshop is.
Okay, I'm okay with that plan. Yes, absolutely.
Because then we can also see what kind of, chaos or undeadness things are happening as well. Which we probably need to deal with at some point in time as well, or else they'll just keep creating more, and that will be a constant pain in our asses.
Maybe we don't take out the undead because it sounds like the orcs are the things that ran crazy when the undead were shut away. Maybe it's good to let them out for right now, since there just seems to be more orcs out there.
I like what you're trying to get at with the my enemy of my enemy is my friend, but having a ton of enemies that just keep reproducing on both sides is usually bad. I mean, ideally it would be better if we just eliminate both groups entirely.
Work for the nobility is all I'm saying.
I mean, I really haven't seen nobility put in any kind of work ever, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh, no, about keeping the people down.
Yeah, but these aren't even people anymore.
So Delbert's sitting down at one of the tables, and he's got a list of things that he's creating. So what do we actually know so far? I mean, we know that this dungeon is connected to multiple places.
Or multiple timelines.
Okay, or timelines, and I'll jot that down. Good point. We know that there are several marks that are placed on the necks of the creatures that are down here, and they correspond to the elves that were in the vision.
Except one of them screwed up and didn't get caught.
Or, yes, or they all screwed up except the one.
Well, if it was a plan to catch them.
Well,
and they're all having to fight, yeah. So we may not want to lose this sword at any cost.
Okay. I can agree with that. We know that the creatures down here are perpetually at war with each other. Not just with us, but with each other. We know that there is a sentient workshop on the next level down.
Yes, we should be heading that way soon. Yes. We also it was theorized, and I seem to remember we observed it on at least one occasion. But I will look for it closer as we continue to kill things. Apparently, the dungeon itself is energized by death and violence.
And did she say they come back? So you don't really kill it?
I believe that was with regards to the undead rising again, and you could burn them, but she was not really thrilled about burning because spiders.
Quick out of character check. She was talking about like the fountain when we were asking her stuff. Like she's died. She said you die and then you come back in other places.
No, she's specifically talking about the undead.
Oh, okay.
So, and you should give the DM inspiration for not making Idris make an intelligence check.
It's okay. Out of character, I feel like PJ did a great job of role-playing Idris's current intelligence.
Yeah, I'm using you as my shear right now, Ted.
No problem at all. Oh, very cool. Very cool, and that's a fair point. All right. I'm sorry, Delbert, I interrupted you. You were organizing some information for everyone. Go right ahead.
So we know that the dungeon is feeding the egg of Coot.
But we don't really know why.
And we also the symbology is I don't feel like we still understand how the symbology works with the different elves. She noted that a lot of the warring factions have one particular symbol, and then but we have observed other symbols in other instances. So that is still to be determined what the actual division of things is yet.
Yeah, and also like all these symbols, how are they put on the people, and do they operate kind of like those bead things where like they can take control of people with them? Because that seems to be like a big thing with the whole egg and stuff about like trying to take control of people. So maybe that's like their idea of the beads or something.
One of the symbols deals specifically with constructs. It is Jimmy's having a brain fart. The cat. Catapult. Is Catapult vulnerable to that?
I hope not. But certainly, since Catapult is under my direction, and I know of all of the weaknesses that are factored in, which are none. There are no weaknesses in Catapult. But generally speaking, I'm sure there's a way that I could figure out to stop him if the need arose. But it won't, because Catapult is the most dependable out of all of us.
Delbert and Jedabink, go ahead and make an Arcana check. This is a super hard one.
While seeing Catapult fight now on like multiple occasions, I'm actually not super worried if Dig takes it over or something.
Jedabink, you're going to need more information to really make certain you know what's going on. Delbert, you think that as long as Jedabink is okay, because Catapult is really an expression of her will, that Catapult will be okay. In much the same way, she's bloodline is free because she's free.
And by extension, Quickfoot is safe as long as I am.
Probably, yes. So, yeah, although they don't seem to mark or possess the little things, right? So none of the spiders in the spider swarms and none of the spiders in none of the rats in the rat swarms have borne any specific mark. So it doesn't seem to bother with the small things in the same way. So
Do all the rats talk though?
all
Or
the
can
rats,
talk?
all the rats you've encountered so far have. Right? If you remember, there was that discussion when you first met Quickfoot and Big Toe and that big chunk of rats. They were like, "Do we take her back to the Queen?" And no, right? So you heard them talk. They definitely have different degrees of sentience. They have different degrees of intelligence, but with the exception of Quickfoot, they seem to come in 7, 8 intelligence, just to use game terms. They're smart enough to talk. They're a little greedy. They're creatures of appetite, is what you've been seeing so far.
Oh, cool. I'm right in line with them.
We can assume that Shia
I mean,
knows
I have
more
an
than
8.
I forgot PG Idris. Go ahead.
we can assume that Shia knows more than she's telling us at the moment.
Idris, go ahead and make an insight check. Oh, wow. Because normally, folks, I don't show, because we're all nerds. When somebody makes a particularly outstanding roll, I wanna recognize that, even though it's
Boom!
in
Look
the
at that bonus. Look at that bonus.
So, Idris, you feel like there's pieces of her memory missing because when she came forward and you're conscious, you're watching her, right? It's not like you disappear. You surrender your flesh to her and she steps into your flesh, but you guys kind of share a mind while she's doing that. And she got asked a question and she reached for the information and it wasn't there. Either she's not fully awakened or she's incomplete or she's damaged. You don't know which. But there's pieces of her memory that are just not there. They're shattered. So that's something that's got to heal over time. You think she's giving you everything that she can, but you don't know if she can be everything that she was. Does
Gotcha.
that? All right. Okay.
Yep.
So it has been a long, long time. Literally thousands of years for her.
Yeah, she's like the Scotty in Next Generation episode, living out in a transporter. Pattern's starting to degrade.
Understood. So, all right. Did you have other things that you were gonna discuss there, Delbert? I mean, this is good exercise, I think. Any other things that you want to put on the table?
Control seems to get stronger as we get deeper.
Maybe or maybe not. Maybe It's the how many times you. Maybe it's not about how far you go. It's about do you resist? Because everybody tells us you have to worry about, working as a team, doing all these things, not falling apart. And it seems that you could go very far and not fall apart, or some of these teams didn't get very far and fell apart. That there's something else at play. Maybe not just going down matters that much to come to that piece.
Yeah, some of them even didn't come back. Isn't that the deal? Wasn't there like some groups that they just lost and never showed back up?
Yeah.
Which I have no
True.
interest in, because I'm telling you what, hanging out in the Galen household is some of the best time I've ever had.
Well, from what she just told us, if they become marked, they get trapped.
Oh, right. Just like I almost did with those the green rocks or the falling down or you in the column and stuff like that.
So the other groups could still be down here, but trapped because of the mark.
That's very true, and we should probably, if we happen to encounter any, people of Gnomish or Docre or otherwise descent, we should probably check their necks as a matter of, discussion and introduction.
Or
We
they
need
could have
to-
submitted willingly. Don't forget that.
We need to capture one and see if we can destroy the mark.
If we find any.
We also don't even know how they're putting the marks on people, which we kind of need to find out, because, like, who's to say they can't just put it on one of us at some point in time, like, somehow?
Well, she said that it seemed like whenever they fell in battle or when they were sleeping, that it just kind of appeared. And so I do wonder. I have on a few occasions now possibly lost consciousness and had some very intriguing visions associated with the neurological condition of my brain. And I do wonder if there isn't some kind of arcane science at work that is trying to manipulate that when I am vulnerable and in an unconscious state.
Oh,
You want me
man,
to-
I've done that
Just-
like 5 to 7 times already.
Just simply being unconscious isn't the trigger. It's being knocked down.
So I will say that when one has been beaten to a bloody pulp, it is a different kind of unconscious than just, restfully sleeping.
True. So,
Did we also see? Oh, not them. But when I hit that green thing while I was parkouring my ass off to get to that chest, was it just a voice that was talking to me, or did I see a symbol as well?
Remind me of where you're talking about.
The green crystal on level 1 when I fudged up my athletics roll and touched the crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did I see a symbol, or was it just a voice saying like, "Hey, give in"? Or
You saw a symbol.
okay,
And you felt it step into your mind. Go ahead and now just. You rolled so good on your previous roll. This is all part of the same memory. I'm going to give it to you. You think, or you know. Give me a second here as I pull this
you
up.
just happened to hit my Jeopardy topics today.
That's right.
I'd like to do a true daily double.
It was actually this symbol here. And it was one of the few times that you guys have seen that particular symbol.
Oh, winky.
the winky eyeball, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to check anybody's neck? And Penny will pull out a dagger. Just,
I'll turn around.
So,
all right, come here. Let me take a look.
doesn't seem to be any mark.
Delbert looks clean.
I believe she just checked my neck, but you're welcome to, Penny, because I think I'm good.
Why don't you come over here and take a look? Dances with scissors.
Dances with scissors.
I'll take a look at both Idris and Jennabink's neck as well.
Jenna Bink doesn't. Idris doesn't.
I will. Penny, can you also turn around so I can return the favor?
Yeah, but I'm holding on to my dagger.
No, that's fine. I'm used to that by now. I checked Penny's neck.
Is that a mole?
You're
So another
Penny
thing
is not
that
marked.
so another thing that we know, it's spreading.
What is?
The dungeon.
It is?
Yes. The gate that we go through to get here was an attempt to keep the dungeon from spreading out into Blackmoor, but we already know that there are other entrances, other exits that lead to Blackmoor.
As Delbert says that, it reminds you of a conversation you had with the gatekeeper and the gate wardens, where they talked specifically about that and how the warding magic was a way to contain it. So what Delbert's remembering when he says that, you'll all remember that conversation.
But is it the dungeon expanding or the things just coming out of the dungeon?
The dungeon is expanding because the gate that they closed at the castle we were at. What was the name of that castle? Anyone?
Blackmoor Castle?
Oh, Brindle.
No.
You mean Brindle Manor?
Brindle Manor, yes. Was one of the gates that leads to the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
So we already know that it has spread outside of the dungeon. There are other gates to get to the dungeon beyond the one that we normally travel through.
Yes, and I believe there was discussions about orcs at some point coming out of the dungeon and appearing in Blackmoor in random places. So yes, I
And were-rats.
And were-rats. Yes.
So time is definitely of the essence here. Blackmoor may not get further chances beyond us.
Make a great case for not going to those forges, Delbert. Good job.
Okay, that's true.
No, we have to. The workshop inevitably has research that will assist us in helping Blackmoor, and surely the constructs are somehow aligned with something anyway. So we'll learn things, and learning is important, Idris.
Look, I learn a lot of things. Please don't call me Shirley.
All right,
Shia
folks.
was afraid of it, and she's powerful.
But we're going to take the long route on Penny's advice, and I think that's prudent. And from there we will eventually get to my workshop.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just grunting.
Okay.
I mean, listen, we relatively secured level 1. We're going to have to do the same thing to level 2. We can't have situations where we keep pushing down and we have crap behind us also coming down at us. You know what I mean?
Yes. Another thing that we know. The control isn't infallible. She escaped.
That's true.
There could be other beings down here who have also escaped. And that means that, first of all, it means that the marks can be broken. We just don't know how to do it yet. But it also means that there are others who are struggling against the egg and its spread. We need to make friends. Not just she, but others.
Well, I mean, we made friends with she. We already got Shia. Maybe we can find She B or She C. And get a whole little crew together,
So, as you hear the Decry accent mangle an attempt at Elven pun, you all managed to resist it, but it was challenging.
All right,
All right.
let's head down there, ladies, and see what we can see.
All right, excellent. You are going down the same stair you've been using then?
Yeah, this way, if we get ambushed by spiders, at least we know that she person was feeding us a bag of.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
And can I get the dodge removed for me in case we do start blowing shit up?
All right, folks. Let's get us there.
And I'll scout ahead, Tad, doing my whole ninja stealthy thing. It's dark throughout these staircases, correct?
It is. It is. There are occasionally there's pockets of light. Occasionally, but
I'll try to avoid those as much as possible.
all right.
And I will give you a stealth check in the tower.
Please do.
Let me know if I need to re-roll any ones, because my dice were hot last week.
No, you've
Garbage.
you do not need to re-roll another one so far today. Although, as Phantom Dragon out in chat would say, I believe in you. All right, I am dropping everybody out onto the map so you have control of your counters. I'm going to drop Quickfoot out also. Catapult. And you guys can place yourselves the way you want to be placed. I'm just getting the counters out there so you have control of them. All right. Very good. Go ahead and place your counters where you want them, and we will go from there.
Was that room clear when we came into it? The
Yes.
spider room?
There was a large spider in the room, but it doesn't take any action against you.
Was there any corpses still in the hallway from the mangled orcs from earlier?
There are not a bunch, but there's several. So it was a group of 12 or 15. There are 3 bodies left, and it doesn't take any special knowledge to realize they've been fed on. All right, so you can see that the gut cavity's been emptied, the organs have been pulled out. You can see that large muscle areas have chunks and bites out of them.
I'm giving you a survival roll to try and check and see if how much like foot traffic has gone through here and what it looks like the area it's been moving, especially if they've been feeding, if there's any viscous trails or anything.
There's a gore spread all over the floor, and you can see footprints. As you're looking down at the footprints, your favored enemy is humanoid, is it not?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so it looks to you like there have been some orcs in here. There might have been a few rats, and then there are a number of footprints that could be orcs, could be rats, could be humans, bunch of different things, right? And there's some bare feet with some pretty serious claws. So there's been a lot of traffic in here. And there's been, things here pretty much ripped these bodies apart. What you're finding tracks in is dried and coagulated blood.
It's been a lot of movement in here in like the last 8 hours, so stay frosty, folks.
So
Hitters, where are you going?
The door to your
I
left.
thought we were going the long way.
We're gonna
The
go
door
up
to
and
your
see the
left.
spiders.
All right. So the door to your left, right, which is webbed over. When you come towards it, what comes out of it is one of those little wolf spiders, out of like a little gateway, and it skitters forward and it looks at you.
We're going to see like the big spider lady and talk with her real quick, and then we're going elsewhere. If you could just
All right. It backs
Open the
back
door.
in, it backs back into the web, and all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of little spiders, and on the other side maybe a big spider. They're consuming the web. All right, they're physically eating it and pulling the strands back into themselves, and they're doing it They're doing it. They're doing it. Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check. Penny, your head comes up and you can hear fighting. All right? So somewhere on this floor, people are going at it.
Can I get
All
a
right.
general direction? Before I'm hearing it?
Out past the grand stairway. So you can hear out in here, and there's a lot of echo to it. You're not getting a precise You're not getting a precise targeting. It's on this floor south of you. You can hear fighting going on, like a brawl, serious one.
Well, apparently there's pretty serious stuff going on right now with a lot of violence being ensued on some peoples.
So, all right. So the spiders take down the web for you. You passing through?
Yeah, I'm going through.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes.
Move your minis. All right. For clarification, there is an open hallway here that seems to have doors on either side. You can see doors behind that. You can see some double doors that are open behind that web. There's a set of double doors directly in front of you. And as you look down this hallway, Idris has 120-foot dark vision, right?
Yep.
All right. You can also see a series of double doors along this hallway, too. So there is one there, one there, one there, one there. All right. And down at the end of this door hallway, there's a door that's open. And as you guys step in, there are, let's see, passive perception. Penny and Genebank, there looks to be up against the wall here, underneath this web, there looks to be a big block of something. You're not certain exactly what it is.
Like,
We'll investigate that further.
Go
Oh.
ahead, you can.
I will aid her in her investigation.
Very good.
Are these supporty type pillars, or are they the creatures come out type pillars?
These are support type pillars. You're not seeing any runes, any magical inscriptions, and the ones where the creatures poured out look like meat. These look like pillars, solid construction. Same sort
Okay.
of thing you'd see in a portico in front of a building. Jenabink, back in there, there's a big pile of metal. And you can see that it's looking through the webs. And you're not tearing through the webs, you're just checking it out, correct?
For now.
All right. There's a big pile of metal back in there, and you can see what looks like scorch marks, all right, on the wall next to it.
I see some stuff over here. Delbert, do you want to take a look, or do you want me to take a look in that special way?
Yeah, I can get that active.
Well,
I will start doing that
All right. So you're casting
ritually.
Detect Magic as a ritual then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
spider person thing that opened the door. Can you maybe move some of these webs like from around this thing? We're trying to take a look at it.
It stops, freezes. It's like its nervous system locks, and then it skitters back, and it goes, and other things come down and start to consume the web, and you see the web slowly melt, and it's about the time Delbert gets finished with his detect magic. All right, they're finished melting it now. Genabink and Catapult, they are trying to respin the web in front of the door that you're standing in front of. So you can see spider swarms trying to respin the web in front of the door. So they're kind of like waiting for you to move. Okay.
I have moved because clearly I was investigating. I moved close to whatever wherever
Yeah.
that box is.
So you can do that. So it's right back in here. All right, but
Okay.
they're what they're doing is some of them are consuming that, and some of them are laying webs here because they want the barrier between them and the undead.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
what they're doing. So it looks like clockwork. It looks like somebody took a bunch of pieces of different clockwork mechanisms and jammed them all together. And you can see that something wrapped this up so it couldn't get free and literally ripped what would have been the sensory unit, all right, the head off of it, and must have gotten down inside of it and destroyed its mechanisms. So you can see this absolutely shattered clockwork, but it's not the clockwork you have seen have been human forms. They've sort of simulated, bipedal creatures, gnomes, humans, elves, dwarves, right? They've simulated those creatures. This is an abomination. It's a bunch of pieces and parts jammed together. And clearly it had some sort of flame associated with it because you can see char marks. As you're looking at the wall, actually, you can see, well, something ate away at the surface of the wall. Not a lot, but it lost the the laminate that was on the wall, all right, to sort of seal it and keep moisture out, is eroded, and you can see the raw black rock behind it. Now, in the room in front of you, you can see suspended in there, cocooned, probably some bodies. All right, so as they pull all the webs below and you look out through the doorway that's there, you're like, oh, well, there's people cocooned in there.
They have stuff on them.
I don't know. You're going to go in there?
Well, let me put it to you this way: are they wearing clothes, or have they been stripped?
They're
When we're looking
cocooned,
at-
you can't tell.
Oh,
With regards to this clockwork, Tad, that the spiders have pulled the webs off of, I'm looking for anything mechanically speaking that is unusual. So if I can find the fire mechanism, I'm scavenging that. If I can find something that isn't, like, I understand it's an amalgamation, but I would imagine identify what is familiar build and what is this would be hard to replicate unless I took a portion of it.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Is there anything magical about them?
Right now, no. No, it's clearly be the sort of thing, based on your experience with constructs, that could hold magical energy and was probably animated by it, but the Dwemer has long faded. Go ahead and drop your hero points, Jen.
I was thinking about it, not thinking about it, and thinking about it, but yeah, I'll go for it.
There are plenty of parts in here. Plenty of parts in here. It's been mostly destroyed. What the spiders apparently did is they neutralized it, they ripped its head off, they went inside of it, and they tore the pieces and parts out. So as you're looking around on the ground, you're picking this up, you're picking different chunks of it out. One thing that you're absolutely certain of is there is a cold iron ball, and you're looking around it and you can see, and it's been damaged, so not all of the inscriptions are there, but you can see the inscriptions around the length of it, and you're not certain what language this is in. But Delbert, when she pulls that up and she's holding it, it suddenly ebbs and it's got the faintest hint of abjuration magic. Almost like it's a seal or something.
Okay.
Jimmy, do you have to step off or no?
Not yet. No.
All right, very good. All right, so she holds up this metal ball in front of everyone.
Okay.
All right. Jenabink, you're not certain what this is. It looks like it might be some sort of. Actually, you're pretty certain this would be some sort of power receptacle based on some of the ports that you're seeing on the side of it. That this might have been a power source of some sort. But it's got. Delbert, as you're looking at it, it's got things inscribed in abyssal around it. All right, you can see that. And Idris, you can also see that it's probably abyssal because don't you have the ability to read
I
any?
can read all written stuff. Yes.
Yes. So you think it's probably something's name?
Beetlejuice.
No.
So, you understand this, Hilbert Idris?
Yeah.
Uh,
It says
go,
Lola.
So, yeah, it's a long string of syllables and other words that wrapped, consumed, bound, and something's name. Delbert, go ahead and make a Arcana check. Idris, you can if you want.
Can I do it with advantage from Shia?
Yes, absolutely, you can do it with advantage from Shia. Oh, Delbert and Idris, go ahead and give yourselves advantage. Um, Yeah, you think Idris, it's something's name. You're certain. Delbert, you think it's something's name, and something was bound within it, most likely.
Beetlejuice.
And
Bligdopoo.
Delbert and Idris, based on the role playing you guys all did, the other people are maxed. Each get advantage from that last role playing session. So yeah, something was bound within this. Looking at it, you can see where it's cracked, but there was something infernal. Given that it was written in abyssal, it was probably a demon, but there was something physically bound within this. And based on the fact that Jetabank thinks it's the power source, it was probably something infernal bound within it to power this.
Seems to be a test of some sort. That's what the inscription says.
The inscription actually says other things, but I put test on it because I wanted to see who spoke abyssal.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, should I just load myself up with every language while I have this on?
Yeah, sure, you can do that. You can read them, you can't speak them, so wait until
Correct, yeah.
so wait and I'll tell you. I'll just give you the information if it's a reading thing.
Cool.
So this seems to confirm she's theorization that abyssal demon type things were being bound to these abjurate or these constructs. So that is interesting and possibly worthy of its own research paper.
You have additional points of data without a doubt. Penny, what are you doing?
Taking a look at these doors. They're all nerding out over a rock.
You can see these doors as you're going up and down the length of them. There's webs sticking out of all of each of them when you look down underneath it. Probably these are rooms packed with web from what you can tell. All right. Are you looking through that door while everybody's nerding out?
Yeah. Bunch of nerds.
All right, let me sync to the client view for everybody. You look through this archway, all right, and there's a huge pile of eggs, and there are two archways, big archways that have some web in them, but not a ton. And then there are two smaller archways that look to be completely plugged. And then on the other side, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sure.
Oh, beautiful. You are absolutely certain that there is, behind the eggs, there's a passage into what looks like cave back there. You're not totally certain. It's just on the edge of your vision.
Do I see she in here at all?
No, you don't. But in the webs are fully occupied by spiders of different sizes. The roof is completely sheeted in webs, and you can see there's several large spiders up there. And suspended in the web over top of the eggs are two Eder caps, what appear to be drones. All right, and one of the Eder caps squirrels down around the wall, down to the floor, and walks forward towards you. It's locked, its legs in front of it, so they're not in offensive position. All right, the top set and the bottom set, its hands are open, and it's clicking at you as it moves forward.
I'm looking for your mama.
It stops. And you see two spiders go off through the hallway here. All right, folks. What I'm going to suggest we do at this time, because it's almost 4:30, and cause as I'm going to suggest that we take our bio break, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. It's 4:25. Expect us back at 4:35, and we will see you soon.
You know what they say in the flying community? 8 hours bottle to throttle, 72 coke to yoke.
All right, brothers and sisters, here we go. Welcome to the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. We are back off of break. And thank you all for watching our stream and enjoying what we bring to you. We really, really, really do appreciate it. And respect the investment and time that you're making in our game. So now, one of the personal challenges that Matt has every time we play is when I say I'm about to bring the mics live, Matt does an outstanding job of providing color commentary for all of you during that period of transition. So I just want to recognize Matt for that outstanding work, and good job, Matt. Thank you.
To be fair, though, when the mics are not hot, it's pretty much like that the entire time. So
We just have a conversation earlier before we started the stream today about how we're giving Matt, positive reinforcement for negative things. I mean, seriously, Tad.
Oh,
he does this for free.
Oh, I'm sorry I praised him, Jen. You're right. So, when last we were together here right before break, Penny had come up and spoken to the Ettercap and asked for his mistress, correct? You asked for she?
Yeah.
All right. So she will be joining you pretty quick, I think. You are standing there waiting. You guys finish up your investigation in the other room. So, as you're finishing up, you guys can see that as you guys are finishing up, you guys can see that Matt has moved forward.
Who's Matt?
Or
Who's
that,
Matt?
excuse me, that Penny has moved forward. Sorry, I just failed multitask, didn't I? And you
Yes.
see her step out from behind the eggs and come forward towards you. And she says, Penny, you have asked for me?
Yeah. Can you show us around what your territory is in this area, so we know where's your place and what's a safe area, and then maybe potentially explain a little bit further what's to the east of us? We're probably going to go check that out, that weird forge thing with the badness.
She points and she goes, I do not travel beyond the first pillar. That is mine. Beyond the first pillar, sometimes the constructs come. We try and hide from them in the webs unless they're very aggressive. But up beyond the first pillar is no longer mine. I hold from the first pillar back, and she points over her shoulder behind the eggs. She goes, there is fresh water in pools through those doors, and some of the young and more eggs lie. And she points to the two smaller doors. She goes, those areas have been fully packed with webs and protect us from the undead that lay on the other side. Those corridors cannot be passed through easily.
Can you show me the ones that can be passed through easily, so we can see if there's any connections or anything?
Now, there are two doors that tie back to the prison on the other side, but I have those plugged. But it is best if we are not seen together.
Why is that?
Because if I am known as your ally, they will attack me. And I am... if I lose all my drones, I will not be able to keep the bloodline. So if
All right. Well, I guess we'll be leaving then. We're gonna go mess with the construct weird things and probably piss those things off now.
I have only been within once, and the workshop is intelligent. It will respond to you, and it is corrupted. At one time, it could be spoken to, but it is insane now. So be careful.
What would you say is your biggest threat down here? Like,
So, Latmen, then orcs. So, orcs charge, they scream, they swing their axe, they can be entangled, or they can be paralyzed. So, besides the undead, obviously, huh? All the undead do not hurt us. The Ratmen are smart. When they come for us, they come with flamethrowers, they come with long spears, they come with things to hunt us. They know how to fight us smart. The Ratmen are cunning.
okay. Do you know what's to the north of here? There's like a door.
So, you mean in the hallway?
Where the first pillar is.
Is some room for storage related to the workshop. Is all linked, if I remember.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your help, and I will try not to be seen with you.
So,
But
what?
I mean, the area upstairs is relatively safe too. If you want to move your drones or any of that stuff, it doesn't look like anything's trying to reoccupy those areas.
I have children watching you. If you are in serious danger, I will help as I can, and I will consider what you say. It would be good to have more safe space to stay, and I think between us we can hold the stair here.
Yeah, yeah, that and like honestly, the rats that are up there are kind of being like picky little asses with what they want to eat and stuff. So you could just eat them, and then we don't have that problem either. So
She looks at you. Go ahead and make an insight.
sure.
He's kidding.
You think she's very, very uncomfortable with you openly discussing betrayal of one of your allies with her.
Just to put this into perspective, I'm not saying you should eat them, but if you did eat them, it wouldn't be hurting nobody. They're not really doing much. You seem like a much better and stronger ally.
Make a persuasion. Make a persuasion check, please.
Sure. Hey, I'm role playing. That's
No,
6
you are.
charisma.
Absolutely.
All of you out there who can see the die rolls. All right. Oh, you can't right now. All right. Very good. All is good. All is good. She nods and steps back to the doorway.
Hi, good talk. I'm gonna go.
You just
back
got downgraded to a drone.
So she's here. We talked. We had a good conversation. She doesn't want to be seen with us here because then she thinks she'll be attacked more. She says through this door there's like some more stuff for the workshop and that it's connected or something. So we should probably check them out and see like how it's connected and what storage stuff is going on in here.
Ooh, I will. Let me investigate that door for you and ensure that there are no traps. Just let me help. I'm happy to help.
I figured you would be very ambitious to want to like go about this task. I will assist you though.
All right. You can hear on the other side a bass thrumming. All right. So you can feel the door. All right. When you put your hand on it, or first when you put your back of your hand up against it, you can feel. Woo, 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 woo. So there's definitely some major clockwork moving back in here. All right. And the resonance frequency of these must be big, massive gears to have the impact on this wood, and also now you think on the wall and the floor as you stand close to it. Does not appear to be trapped. It does seem to be locked.
There's no traps, but Penny, as you've pointed out, your hands are much steadier than mine, so you'll have to unlock it.
Okay. I will attempt to unlock this door.
Does your not roll a 1 apply to skills or only combat?
It's everything.
All right. Well, you get to re-roll your persuasion check then, and also your thieves' tools use.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll do the persuasion first. So I had a -1 on my persuasion? That's awesome.
Yes. All right. And go ahead and re-roll your lock check on your thieves' tools. You fumble with it for a little bit and get a little frustrated, but you're able to pop it right open. So difficult lock, on par with some of the harder locks you've had to pick.
Okay. Yeah, it's open now.
I will step in front of the door and open it.
Jen, there is an archway off to your right, and you can see faintly as you look through the doorway there. And I'm showing you the angle. You can see faintly a construct standing on a plate, and it appears to be very similar to the construct you fought, or that the spiders fought on the outside here. All right, directly in front of you is a cart that seems to be filled with coal. There's a metal container to your left. There's one that's open, and there's some pile of scrap metal and parts in front of you, and also some other scrap metal and parts. All right, what would you like to do?
Penny, there's a rather large construct. I think I should go investigate it, right?
I mean, you're probably going to end up waking it up and it's going to want to kill us, but that's pretty par for the course. But yeah, I figured you would want to go touch everything in all these rooms.
I am going to attempt to move stealthily toward that other room.
Please make your roll in the tower. All right. So Penny, it's painful how loud this is.
What are you doing? Wait, I'm actually going to walk up. Here, what are you doing?
I'm trying to sneak up so I can look at this.
You could take a pot and bang it on the ground, and you would be like way more quiet than what you're doing right now. I got to teach you how to do this someday.
Note, Penny, for everybody, this area is illuminated. All right? It's like the ceiling starts to glow when you open the door and step within. All right, Jenabink, you can see straight down the hallway to the next room. And you can see that there are other constructs you think in there, although you don't have direct line of sight on them. They just look to be the same sort of pad. And
how many can I count-ish?
6 in line of sight. And then, oops, sorry, there's a door. There's a double door there. So you can't actually see beyond the double door. I'm sorry. Oh, hold it. You were just incredibly loud, right?
Well, I mean, whatever stealth check I had.
You were just incredibly loud. So,
you probably should have sent Catapult in there to make like some diplomatic peace with the other creature things.
I would have had Catapult with me. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's absolutely acceptable. Catapult would follow you. All right. That door opens, and you see a huge twisted pile of metal, and moving up behind it, a hovering metal ball that seems to be flying. And we're about to make initiative rolls. Go for it, people.
Yay.
Yeah.
Rolled off the 19.
All right.
But Penny, look at the lovely range I've given you.
There we go. All right, Penny, top
Uh-huh.
of the round.
All right, hold on. Let me just measure this out real quick. 75. 90. All right, so I'm going to move to here. And hunters mark the metal ball as my bonus action.
All right.
And sharpshooter and all that good stuff. I will shoot at it.
Hang on a second. Let me. It pops up a shield.
Does that miss or?
That misses.
Okay. I will shoot it again. How does that miss if the 16 hit?
You just got a 16. That's wrong. So that's
This is
wrong.
witchcraft. Witchcraft.
Because my math says 22
Oh.
hits if 16 hits without shield.
Oh, hold it. You ignore cover, don't you?
Shield's not cover, but yeah, I do ignore cover.
Okay. Because I was doing the math in my head. You're good. So the first one hit, the second one missed.
Okay.
And I got to drop a shield on it, so give me a second. All right. All right, you're good.
Okay. And this is the dread ambush. All right. That's me, and that was only 10 feet of movement, so I'm going to move back out to here.
All right. So you light it up. It doesn't do as much damage as you would expect it to.
Mhm.
So, all right. And it seems to reknit a little bit also, from what you can see. All right. It will. It shoots these bolts out, one after the other at you. And you manage to stay on your feet, even though it's a ton of damage. All right, it's a pretty forceful strike. You manage to stay on your feet, and you are not knocked prone. And then it attacks you again. And then it disappears.
Why did it do damage twice to me when it only hit me once?
Because it does 2d6 plus 3 from the initial hit, and it does another 2d6 plus 3 and will knock you prone. And you saved against the prone effect. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, and Delbert, you're up.
Hearing the noise, I'll peek in, look down the hallway. Can I see it?
You can see the big metal thing. It has
Okay.
not moved yet.
Distance on that is
Is that area lit up down in there?
Everything's lit up.
Oh, okay.
crazy. If I move to here, I will be within 60, right?
Yes.
65. Something like that. Okay, so I believe that puts me in range for Toll the Dead, and that's what I'm doing. It has not been damaged as of yet, right?
That's correct, yes.
Now it has.
It
And
has
then I'm
indeed.
gonna move back to my original spot.
All right, very good. Idris, you're up.
All right. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 12. Wait, I think I'm too far. I think I'm too far. Let me just double check. Yeah, I will be too far at this new speed. Okay, so 5, 10, 15. I'll go right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to shoot 2 of my Eldritch Blasts. So I'm going to point at the big old pile of metal and just flash my hand, and I'm going to be like, 7s. Miss. All right. And then the second one, classy. And I'm like, yep, this looks like arcane science and back it up.
All right, Jenabink, you're up.
Jenabink is going to attack it with some acid splash. Woot. Partially resisted. That's unfortunate. And she is actually going to move over here, and she's going to instruct Catapult to move here and hunker down. So she is staying out of sight.
All right.
Oh, and that therefore means that Catapult is taking the dodge action, in case that wasn't obvious.
Roger that. All right, you guys hear a humming start. All right, like the floor is starting to vibrate. And Delbert, you have line of sight to this first area here. The floor is starting to iris, and it looks like that big pile of twisted metal kind of looks like what you saw out in the hallway is getting the iris is opening up and it's getting drawn down into the floor. Quickfoot is going to go into this corner and hang out, and Catapult moves with Jennabank. So let me correct that. All right, top of the order, Penny.
I'll move 10 feet to here, and it looks like they're all gone.
You don't have line of sight on them there.
So I did retreat.
Might have. They might have.
Well, I mean, if they're not moving forward, then they move back. Okay. I will move back to here, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Okay. Delbert, you're up.
I'm going to move back in here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything?
No, but you can see fully what's going on in there. So, and you've got kind of line of sight to here now, just given how close you are. You remember the big blue creatures that you fought when you first came down, the big blue constructs, the ones that gutted flame? There's
Yes.
2 of them there, although they don't seem to be active. This one right here looks like that big pall of metal, and it's slowly descending into the floor. Next to it seems to be another one. And you don't see anything.
So it's descending into the floor, as in trying to get the hell out of Dodge.
It doesn't seem to be active. The floor's opened up, and it's being lowered down into it.
All right. Not seeing any viable targets. I'm going to back out.
All right. Idris, you're up.
Cool. If you can take the dodge off me, that'd be great. 5, 10, 15. I assume there's more spaces at the bottom of these rooms
Yeah,
to stand
absolutely.
in.
That goes up against the door there. This one actually doesn't have a door. This room does not have a secondary door.
Okay,
You can see over here, though, that one does.
gotcha. Yeah. From when we were standing, we make the assumption that's where the doors are going. Okay. 5, 10. I want to look down in the hole and see what's down there.
Looks
Where that
like
thing
it's
is going.
Looks like a black tube just going out of line of sight.
Oh, okay. So it's not like there's a bottom. It's just I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess the other question I have is the stuff in the back. Since I can see it, is it like moving and functioning?
Over here?
Yeah,
Looking all
way
the way
over
back?
here,
Yeah.
where the gears and stuff.
You have better line of sight, so let me expand out a little bit and show this. Yeah, absolutely. This thing, the hood's going over top of it, and it's spinning. The hood's going over top of it, and it's spinning. And you can see the gears on either side of it cranking right now.
That's going to be a negatory. I'm going to shoot them.
Go ahead.
Oh, hang on. My map is sliding. Stop. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take some shots. I'm assuming that 21's going to hit an object.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to just throw out the D10. 1 point. It's force damage that I'm throwing out. And then, can't crit it, but. Oh, I tried to. So it's just 5 on that one.
All right. So you're striking it with arcane bolts, and you seem to be doing some damage. All right, you do.
Yep.
Jenna Bink and Catapult are up.
I will move up 30, 10, 20, 30. I'm going to move up to there. I'm assuming I'm seeing this hooded thing. I'm seeing things descending into irises.
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
roll an insight, given my propensity to understand constructs better than humans, to figure
Absolutely.
out if they're trying to mount an attack versus, do defensive?
Go ahead and make an arcane science check. Jettabink, you're fairly certain they are powering up and activating the constructs that are right now dormant along the wall, and they started with the first one. All right, so it looks like they have sucked back into a defensive position, and they are powering up the contracts to your left. And it seems right now only ones are being brought active.
I really don't want to have to destroy all of this. I really just want to, learn and partake in your lovely workshopness. She will yell to nothing in particular. And otherwise, she is taking a defensive stance and she's sending catapult forward.
Do so.
He will move to look out the door and see what he can see.
Idris has a vision of catapult being smashed again in like 1 to 2 rounds.
All right, I gotta sync this up for everybody out in the stream. Give me a second here. All right, so you've got your hovering ball up out of range here, and you've got the twisted pile of metal right there.
Okay, so catapult is going to catapult's going to back up and hide there-ish.
Okay. All right, so
Does catapult get an AOO?
go right ahead. All right. Saving throws are made. At least one of you, not by the other. All right, so Jetapink takes 24 points of damage as a scout of flame reaches out and engulfs her, catches her right in the face and in the hair. And Idris is able to twist a little bit to the side, take less damage. And it's a twisted pile of metal. It's unbelievably nasty to look at, to be perfectly honest with you. It's
Tad, that my save should have been with advantage.
Why?
Because I told you I was taking a dodge action.
Oh, okay. All right, make a second roll. And you can drop that on your own character. So it's the effects menu. Okay,
Yeah,
so you'll make it. So you only take you take 12 instead of 24. So you're in better shape than you were.
Cool.
All right.
Mechanical fire ant.
You got it. But you remember when you guys first fought the constructs when you first came down on the first level when you returned? It's that same sort of material. So it's this gelid flame, and it steps forward and it spews it at you. And let's see. You guys see what it looks like, right? So
Yeah.
it's cobbled together. All right, very good. That was its action. Quickfoot has no interest in engaging. We are at round 3. Penny, you're up.
All right. I'll move back out to here, and I will sharpshooter and attack this thing twice. That'll miss. And that'll miss. All right. We'll pop back up.
That moves to there. It's up on the floor. It's slightly out of reach for you, but it casts a lightning bolt down at an angle. Jenna Bink, you made your saving throw anyhow. Idris.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a hero point on that bad boy.
I don't blame you.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Don't screw me, D6. There we go.
All right. You guys don't take nearly as much damage as you could have. Idris, I'm going to give you 13 back because you did make your saving throw with the herring point.
Boom, thanks. I was a little shocked there.
No problem. All right. So strikes you with a lightning bolt, and it's out of reach. And
how high up is it?
15 feet.
Okay.
All right, Delbert.
All right, more of the same.
You hear a bolt of flame, and you see a lightning bolt streak past you in front of you, and you can identify the spell clearly.
Okay. Very good. I'm going to go for the hovering ball.
All right.
That rolled 2. Does it have some sort of reason for advantage?
It's got a fire shield up, but I don't think it has a reason for... You haven't given it a reason for advantage, so I don't know why it triggered that. It is... it has no vulnerabilities, so I don't know why it did that. It does have magic resistance. That's probably it, but that's only on saving throws, right?
That was a saving throw.
Yeah, he forced the saving throw. That's why.
Yeah, so it makes it saving throw.
Okay.
All right, I was thinking it was a hit roll. Okay, no problem at all. So you're not able to get through it.
Okay. Backing up.
And it is talking. All right.
What is it saying?
Well, I think only you speak the clickety-clack.
All right, so you're not familiar with this language at all. All right. Shia says to Idris, she goes, that's primordial. So she tells you it's the language of elemental creatures, the core language, the base language.
She can put images in my head, right?
Yeah.
Could you write that down for me?
No. All right, Idris.
All right, well, F this. I'm tired of getting shot. I'm going to move down here, and I'm going to bust out to Dear Lord Baby Hirsch, all 8 pounds, 6 ounces. I'm going to throw beginner's luck on myself, and then I'm going to chuck it on this asshole hovering metal ball as my bonus action. So all of a sudden, I look like... like when the spotlight comes down on a quest giver, that's boom, it comes down. And he points out with his, actually he doesn't point with his Eldritch Blast, because this is now a different version. And so when he goes to throw the Eldritch Blast, it looks like he's got a pair of dice. He's got 2 of them in his hand. He's like, boom, Sacred Sevens.
Excellent. So
now
you've called upon the power of Hirsch.
Yeah, for some beginner's luck, because this is the first time I've ever had to play against these guys.
All right, awesome.
Boom. Holy shit.
It casts a shield. So when it casts a shield, it deflects. Otherwise, you're pretty certain it would have hit.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I hit.
That hits, yes.
All right. So I'm going to throw some damage its way.
Boom!
Boom. Maxed it. All right. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to get right up in there. And that'll be it for me.
Jettabink.
Okay, I do not like the fact that they are not actually hitting me. They're hitting me. I'm going to cure myself using my superpowered glue gun of healing. So I will cure wounds myself because this is not cool at all.
After we had that long discussion about not falling down.
Yeah, I know. We did, which is why I'm trying not to fall down. So that is that, and then actually I get another that much back. Oh, that's great. Did that show up? No, it didn't. Yay, good.
Another one.
Oh, F
right.
you. Yeah. So another one, and so that is my turn, but I will step up into its grill because I don't know what to do otherwise, and I'm gonna have catapult come in from behind.
That thing's above you, Jen.
It's above me.
Yeah.
He said 15 feet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna stand here in front of the twisted pile of metal.
Okay.
And I will, or catapult will rather, try to do his thing. And come on. What the? Okay. Man, the delay is horrible today. And do some damage to it.
All right. You could see where it's had previous damage from this fight. It's taking it. So, all right. The twisted pile of metal goes. And you see Jen.
So
go
there was a
ahead.
fire shield on the big guy?
Yeah.
When you were talking?
No, not on the big guy, on the little guy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
On the little guy. All right, so down below, down below. Yeah, down below. Jen, go ahead and make an arcane science check. Okay. You see vents opening up, and it's drawing energy in. You think it's trying to reset its,
Flamey goodness?
Yeah, it's flamey goodness, no doubt about it. So, it will, it's got a big old set of jaws, and it snaps down its jaws at you and misses. And then it whips around and it slams, attempts to slam Catapult. And it does successfully hit Catapult. And Catapult takes a chunk of damage from it. So it turns around and it smashes it, and its teeth come around your head. And it's pretty bad. I mean, you're not a big fan of getting bit by this thing. Quickfoot comes and looks, hikes back in, and projects telepathically to Delbert what it saw. All right, Penny, you're up, top of the round. You can hear things going on in there.
Okay. I'll move back in and shoot at the...
Now, the other abomination has sunk down into the floor, and the ring is closed over it.
The other about... I'm not sure what you mean by that. The hovering ball is gone?
No. That creature there, the floor opened up on round 2 of the combat, and it started to sink down into the floor. It's completely gone now. All right?
All right. Well, I'm shooting at the hovering metal ball. This will not be a sharpshooter.
I understand. Bang.
No hits. And actually, I forgot to do this.
Ooh.
Nice hit.
And then I'll pop back down.
All right. Where are we? All right. How are we going to make this happen? I
Math.
think what it's going to do. All right, let me look at the spell real quick. All right, so it looks at Idris, and Idris starts to feel super, super hot. Idris,
No.
I should have asked you if you were going to make if you were going to use inspiration on this saving throw.
Yeah,
gonna-
I will.
All right.
I will.
So
I will burn it off.
all right, so we're going to re-roll it. We're going to re-roll it, ignore the previous roll, and give you advantage on it.
Oh, I was just say you can. Yeah, roll one more. Yeah.
All right, so you make your save successfully. You are heated, and you're not going to take damage from round to round. All right, it's a tremendous amount of damage, and then it withdraws. Delbert.
I don't have line of sight on Idris or the ball, so I wouldn't have been able to tell that that was going on.
No, you can make a perception check to see if you hear the attack.
For the purposes of countering it?
Oh no, that wouldn't help you.
Okay.
Yeah. What you
I'm
doing?
going to cast False Life.
Awesome. Anything else?
No. I'm good.
Idris, you're up.
Can you heal me for 20?
I will do so.
I touched myself.
Well, you know, when you think about yourself, I understand. All right, so you're healed for 20.
I treat this body like one of Hirsch's temples. All right, so that's my action. How far can I go? Not far enough. So I will 5. Oh, we can't really get by him because of his placement, right?
Hey, you are pretty certain that now that you're close to this thing, that its slam attack has a 15-foot reach and its bite attack has a 10-foot reach.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have cover if you back out, but it's probably going to get a swing at you if you try and disengage, unless you disengage. And you can't because you just healed.
Well, from here, I'd have the cover. So I'm like +2 or +5. He's -2, -5, whatever.
Yeah,
Right, because the wall.
right. You would have cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna because they're off the grid. I'm assuming that's outside the 15 when I do that. Is it?
You can move. Yeah, you move to there, and that's going to trigger it.
Okay, so yeah, take it and
Isn't that a wall?
Yeah, but you know he's coming from corner to corner on this. You
Yeah.
know,
So I'll give
I'm
him
gonna
the
give
attack.
a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting a bonus.
Yeah, so he just pops me.
Oh, why would it have advantage on you? It should not have advantage on you.
Well, my armor is a 20, so if he has a -2, he missed.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I gave him the -2 already. He's at +7,
Oh.
so yeah. But it gave him advantage on the roll. Is there any reason why he should have advantage on the roll against you? No. I'm going to re-roll the attack. All right, 21 still hits. -2, that misses. That misses because I didn't give him cover. Slammed into the wall above your head. Rock flies in every direction.
Cool.
All right. Jenabink.
All right, Jenabink is going to switch to hammer mode because it's hammer time.
Da-da-da-da.
Hit.
And 1.
The hammer works, Jen. You see a chunk of metal plate smash away from it as you strike it. Again.
I'm sorry to say, friend, that you need some percussive maintenance.
That was awesome. Strike. Hit. What does catapult do?
Catapult is going to assist me with percussive maintenance.
All right. You have started to tear it up. Pieces of metal are falling off the side. Your hammer blows have been particularly effective. You can see that the plating on its leg is shattered off and the chest is dented in, and you can see cracks. You can see back into a wire mesh behind it. It's a twisted pile of metal's turn. So it will... you did the most damage, Jen. It's going to go after you. It bites you and misses. Then it attempts to slam. Jenabink and hits.
Shield is a +5. No, never mind then.
Okay. And it slams you. So you're hitting it, and it turns around, and its fist comes down, and it hits square on your shoulder. And it's almost like you feel your shoulder dislocate. You can feel one of your ribs pop from the force of that impact.
No, gnomes are not subject to percussive maintenance.
Penny, you're up.
I'm gonna pop back out here, and that's the only thing I see. So I'm gonna try and light it up. I'll sharpshooter.
Jenabink does not look good at all. Hit.
Let me do this real quick on myself. Okay, and I will shoot it one more time, or attempt to. And that will miss.
All right.
I'll move back out. We clicked at the same time, so it should be Delbert's turn.
Oh, okay. Hovering ball of metal actually gets to go. It pops out. And let's see, what will it do? Magic missile. Magic missile. Magic missile. Back out of line of sight somewhere. Delbert, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move back to this spot. And seeing Jenabink and her condition, I'm going to do the thing.
Wow. So you just gave her your hit points?
Yes. So,
describe this.
Delbert casts a spell, and wisps of smoke start pouring off his skin, and flow over to Genevieve and settle on her. And as it settles, your wounds net. You're completely healed. And then
Genevieve
I'm
realized
going
what he
to
cast.
Yes.
stagger back to my little hiding hole.
Cast life transference, Jetabank, or you could look up life transference, and it's one of the spells that he learned from that Cabal gem from another place.
Idris uses reaction to intercept.
All right, Idris, you're up.
Go Deion Sanders that. All right.
Well,
I'm going to... Yeah.
he takes 20, right? And she, yeah.
Yeah, I
He
took
heals
20.
Yeah.
And then she heals 20.
All right. I'm going to step out.
No, she heals 40.
Oh, wow. It's double what you do.
Is it
That's
double?
cool.
Yeah, it's double.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to use my bonus action to throw Hexblade's Curse up on the Twisted Pile of Metal.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it twice with the Eldritch Blast. I don't have a thing for that. Interesting. What's my proficiency bonus? A +3? Yeah. All right, let me just tweak that real quick. Okay, so first attack on this guy. Oh, missed. Of course this is going to happen. With Feeling Fantasy Grounds. Oh, what a waste. All right, well, that's cool. Yeah, these are rigged. Back up. Don't need that flame. All right, that's it.
Jetabank, the damage to your knits and heals. All right.
That's a very, very nifty trick. So she will continue the percussive maintenance. And so will catapult.
So Jetabank swings, smashes its chest, swings, strikes its head so it cocks sideways. You see Catapult scramble up on top, grab hold of the head where you've knocked it loose, and drop, ripping it off as it falls into a pile.
Catapult will then go in the direction where he last saw the hovering ball.
Okay, go ahead. All right. It's 15 feet up in the air.
That's fine. He'll basically be quasi underneath it. That's about as far as he can move anyway.
Penny. Jetabank, go ahead and, well, your passive will pick this up. You see this metal thing here that's been spinning around?
Yes.
Yeah, the hood's been going over. It's been spinning around. There's a couple char marks on it, or Eldritch Blast got sent out of it. You can see a ring open up behind it as the different spinning bands fall, and you can see the abomination that was over here on your left starting to come back out of it. Looks like they're activating another one.
Would I have seen that before the end of my turn?
Yes, you would have seen that before the end of your turn. So you don't.
Then I would have moved to be in front of it.
Okay. All right. So Catapult's moving there.
Yeah, Catapult will also move there because
This? No, it's coming out there.
Oh, it's coming out of there.
Yeah. Remember,
The thing I was trying to shoot?
it down it sucked it down into the floor.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
It's now activating it over there.
Okay, so wherever I was,
You were about there, yeah.
Yeah, so I will move to here in preparation, and I will, as I will point in that direction, as though I'm some kind of gnomish pointer hound.
Got it.
All right, Penny moves up and she is readying for a clockwork enemy that is not Catapult to move within her line of sight.
You can actually, it's going to take action next round. You could actually target the one that's being manifested right now if you wanted to. It's a viable target. So let me put it out here for you so you can see it. In theory.
Get that sneak.
So it's coming up.
Um,
Now, as that one comes up, you see immediately to your left, the ring starts to open, and another one is being pulled down as this one comes up. Go ahead. And it looks like it took about 5 rounds to activate one. Go ahead.
um, shit. Really want to hit the ball thing. All right, I'll take my shots on that right now. I'll miss.
Hit.
I'll hit for this. Actually, and let me add a die 6. I'll just roll a die 6, but you can add that on. It's going to be 6 more for the
I
27
gotcha.
ball.
I gotcha. Okay.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Oh, I know what I got to do. Give me a second here. All right. I hate to do this to you folks, but I have to step off for about 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
The longest 6-second conversation we ever had.
Been waiting to throw that one out there.
So what does it do? The damage you do on the roll is what goes against you.
Yes.
So you take 20, and then she gets double whatever you dealt to yourself.
Yeah. Well, not 20. 4d8.
Well, I'm sorry. You rolled 20 on the 48.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was Boss and Jenna Bink is so happy. But
Didn't want you
but
going down
mildly,
again.
she has that horrible combination of really impressed, but damn it, why can't I?
Well, let me tell you, missing 10 feet of movement blows, which is why I resisted wearing this armor for so long.
You're being heat metaled, right?
Oh, they were going to do that no matter what I was wearing.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, but I am tremendously well hydrated.
And now that we've all
Cooking
had
book. Cooking book sucks.
I'm just saying, I counted enough time for you to go to the bathroom. I didn't count enough time for you to go to the bathroom and wash your hands in that time that you were gone.
Oh.
Just a squirt of Purell, man. That's all. I was trying to get back to you quick.
6 seconds.
All right, so,
You're trying to figure out what to do with your hovering metal ball.
I am. I believe I can cast a lightning bolt that will get the 3 of you. So
I'm gonna ask for a line on that one.
Hang on a second. I will draw it. Maybe not.
You could definitely get the 3 in front of me with that line. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I will do that then. I will get the 3 in front of you with that line. So let me make this thing visible again. And I will go 1, 2, 3.
You made it invisible.
Oh, I'll make it uninvisible. There we go.
And I'm, as a reaction, going to use absorb elements.
Okay. Totally makes sense. And you're going to absorb water, right? Or fire, correct?
Yeah,
Doesn't
yes.
work like that. I'm being a punk.
That's exactly what I'm picking.
All right. So we have some saves here. Was anybody going to, I can do that again because I didn't ask you. Was anybody going to use advantage on that or no?
Yeah, I'm going to use advantage against the lightning bolt, please and thank you.
All
Catapult's
right.
going to take it in the face.
And let me get Idris off of that because Idris should not have been targeted.
Oh, thanks, Hirsch.
All right, so we will take Idris off of that. All right, so I will retarget. All right. Penny's going to be giving herself, let's see, I'm just going to roll, and I'm going to roll Genebink a second time because I'm attacking all three of you at the same time. I can't. All right. So I will just roll that, and let's see what happens. All right. Genebink, give yourself, you made it, Jen, you're fine. Catapult did not. Penny did not. So,
I saved the first time. Why am I rolling again?
oh, okay. Because I didn't ask you guys if you were going to use your advantage or not.
No.
So, all right. So, I will fix Penny because I'm going to be decent to Penny.
Well, I'm going to take 8 is what the total is going to be.
Okay, cool.
So I'll take half of half from the absorb and the save.
You got it. Catapult goes down. Bang. Hit by the ball of fire. And it moves away again. Although, catapult, yeah, I'm not just leaving it up there. It's obvious what it's doing now. All right. The new twisted pile of metal steps over top of catapult. And will bite at Genebink. And miss. And then it will slam Genebink. And miss. And then it will move out of line of sight. All right. Delbert, you're up.
All right, I will move into the spot. I can't see anything at the moment, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then I will move over here next to Idris.
Excellent. Idris, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find my damn ability on this godforsaken sheet of hell. Constructed for myself. There it is.
There we go.
I'm going to prepare an action.
Okay.
If the thing pops its head back around, I'm going to toll the dead on it.
Okay.
Keeping my mouth shut as I move.
Do it.
5, 10, 15. I can see the corner over here.
Yeah, you can take a shot. You can also see that the construct is also spinning still. Looks like it's to your left.
Yeah.
That construct, the next abomination, has started to descend down into the floor, and you can see that is in the process of summoning a second.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna throw up my hex on myself, and I'm gonna put it on the crazy-looking twisted pile of metal.
Yeah, give yourself a -2 for cover. Hit. That's the number.
Sorry, dogs are going crazy. All right, so it's going to be this with some extra damage. Oh, needed every hit there with that crap roll. And then this next one at -2. Here we go. Yeah, that's in the bone.
Hits.
So throw it up. And so as this flies out, it's the... Oh, shoot, didn't mean to do that. Let me take that back.
All right, I will.
Okay, I'm just going to roll this off the side. 11.
All right. Oh, not 3,445. There we go. Two chunks of metal fly off of it, and you guys have done some serious damage to it already. So, all right. Genebink, you're up.
Can I see the twisted pile of metal from where I'm at?
Yeah, you can see it where you're standing. It's got cover from behind you. from you, but yeah, you could see it. You would have to move through the door to be able to swing at it clean, though.
Can I tell if it can reach me from where I'm standing?
It can, but you'll have cover. Because the way it works is its head comes out on this spring and snaps, and its legs are like pistons. They just snap right out.
Yeah. I'm going to move to here, and I'm actually going to bring out the Super Soaker of Acid, and I'm going to attack the damn ball.
Okay. It appears to be magic resistant.
Okay. That is good to know. Even my poor Super Soaker is sad. So that is my action, and I'm gonna stay there because otherwise I'm gonna take damage. So
Okay. All right. Catapult makes a death save. Quickfoot will traipse up in front of its boss and, saying, sounds scary in there, boss. Penny, you're up.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move to here.
All right.
And that should give me a line on the twisted. I will...
Oh, Jenabink, go ahead and make your roll. Jenabink, give me an arcane science roll in the tower.
I'm going to sharpshooter and shoot at this thing twice.
Roger that. Do it.
I will re-roll that. That'll
There.
hit.
Excellent.
And as I release the shot, you just see a little bit of electrical energy that I absorbed get channeled into it. Come back at this thing, and then I'll shoot at it again.
The arrow hits, the electricity courses through it, and a chunk of armor just falls off the side. You're looking at exposed gears. Your second arrow strikes and goes straight into the core. You see it overheat, and in this case, this one's going to explode.
Gonna get some first-hand research there.
Jen makes an outstanding save. Or Jennabank dodges and takes half the damage she should as she twists away from the metal shrapnel as it flies. And all right.
As Jenabink sees the arrow from Penny hit it in the core, Jenabink quickly does some mental math. Like you can literally see her kind of doing calculations in the air and dodges in just the right way based on how she saw the core breaking.
All right, two things occur to you. One, you're pretty certain that glowing metal ball is healing itself. It's regenerating in some way, shape, or form. Second thing you realize is the spinning sphere directly in front of you has a series of balls and tumblers in it and is in some way responsible for powering the assembly line, the summoning, the construction circle. So that thing clearly is regenerating. And right there, that ball right there, it's got a whole bunch of spinning metal bands. And you see popping up out of it a little ball. You see another little icon symbol, another iconic rune on what looks like a flat coin. You see a whole bunch of things moving around in it, and you're pretty certain that is the key to whatever is causing these things to cycle.
Do I have enough of a knowledge of it to stop it, using controls? Do I understand it?
There's a chance, but it'd be a lot of guesswork. But you're so you got a choice. You can try and disable it, all right, before it summons more creatures, or you can smash it and stop it from summoning more creatures.
Okay.
All right. Okay. The hovering metal ball. Choices, choices, choices. It's just going to drop fire into you, Jen. First one misses. Second one misses you. Third bolt hits you. You make your strength save. And it hops into this room there. Delbert.
Okay, so far 2 of these things have dropped down into the floor. Correct?
Yes.
I am going to quaff a potion.
All right.
Hill Giant Strength. And then I'm going to go over here and lay my hands on one of these things. The next one in line.
Are you going to push it over? Or what are you doing with it?
If I can also pull it out off of the iris, then I'll do that. But at the very least, it is an inanimate object. I'm going to interact with it. I'm going to take hold of it.
Go ahead and give me a strength check. You grab hold of it and you get the heel to skid a little bit, and you're fairly certain. And do you adjusted your strength for your new strength, correct?
I did. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you pull it forward, and you're fairly certain that with enough tugging, you're going to be able to flip this thing over. It started to move. All right.
Okay.
So go ahead and give yourself inspiration for that. That was fucking fantastic. So, Idris, you're up.
Idris is gonna walk away from the tug job that's happening over here. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I mean, that was an easy, low hanging fruit one there. All right. I come here, and you said this was an open archway? Or I guess there's some open things here?
Yeah, it's up out of your line of sight. You don't have a clean shot at the glowing little ball, if that's what you're shooting for.
No, I'm just curious if I can see into that next room.
Which room? Tell me which
To
one.
the south, right?
Oh,
Or is
yeah,
it
yeah,
closed?
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. No, that you guys
Yeah.
should have been able to see. That is... Nope, that's a closed double door.
Oh, okay. All right, just, okay.
How did he get through it?
He didn't. He went through the other door over there.
I think that's what P was trying to see.
Yeah, that's okay. No problem.
Oh, it flew to like one of these other ones? Oh, in the corner?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, he did not go through that door. He hyped through that door. So...
Okay. Oh, they're open? Like we can see into these things?
Yeah, you can. He's up in the corner, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all I know is that she got hit from the south, so that's why I moved there. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Jenna Bink, what would you like to do?
Jenna Bink is going to, with tears in her eyes, start beating the crap out of that control mechanism with her hammer, saying, I just wanted to understand how you work.
Idris is loving every minute, getting this up close, recording it all in his mind.
Jenna Bink, go ahead and give me a arcane science check. You look down into it, and you can see you could see the core. You know exactly where you need to strike. Go ahead and make a hit against an armor class of 10. You swing around with the hammer. You bring it straight down, and it hits directly on the spinning sphere, the spinning ball, and you crush it, and pieces of shrapnel fly.
So it is thoroughly destroyed.
This control element is, but explodes, and it will.
Of course it does.
All right, you make your save, as amazing as that is, and Idris does not make his save.
I'm fine.
He was
I
recording
actually
the
want
moment.
these. I want these in me as a reminder of how miserably she failed. And I'm not going to take the pieces out. I'm just going to be like, look what you did. Reminder of your shame. I'm going to tell everyone in the academic community.
Wow. Oh, wow. That was pretty harsh. All right. So take your 46 fire damage like troopies. All right, you already made your saving throws anyhow. So you take 11 and you take 6.
Can I tell that the mechanism behind me has stopped doing its thing?
Yes, you hear
Okay.
Krang, smash, crash, pound, ding.
I am going to back up to here and hide in that corner. I really want to be in the corner. Come on, corner. There we go, corner.
All right, and Catapult makes a second death save. Quickfoot runs to the back wall, puts his feet on the construct and pushes. Does not qualify as an assist because it's a tiny creature, but he thinks it does. All right, Penny, top of the order. You are up.
All right, that's 30. Can I see the thing from there?
You cannot.
Okay. I will ready then for it to reappear, to shoot.
Roger that. It comes back out.
Okay.
And let's see.
I'll miss. It's unfortunate.
All right, so it is going to.
Why is so a 16 hit on it last time, but now it's missing?
Oh, because I had just put the shield on it. It will. It's out of first level spells, so you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was going to cast shield anytime you were close. That's why. So I just bumped its AC to 22 or 21. Excuse me.
All right. That's my reaction. Yeah.
All right. A spirit bolt at you. All right, give me a second here. And it misses. And it moves that far and casts a spirit bolt. And this black necrotic beam of energy shoots straight out at Penny, and Penny manages to twist to the side as it goes over her shoulder. And that is probably it. Delbert, you're up.
All right, I'm going to try and heave this thing.
It goes over. hits the wall, falls backward, and slides down. All right.
Okay, I'm going to move over here to the next one. Thanks, Quickfoot.
You got it, boss. I'll be right there. Let's see, Idris.
All right, I'm going to use my bonus action to move the hex on the hovering ball, and I'm going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to take 2 shots on it from range. So here we go. First one. Yeah, 16 said hit, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let me drop that. And finally get that in there. Boom, 13. So these dice just keep flying out at it as he's hurling them at him because the beginner's luck is still on there.
There we go.
And boom. Got another set. There we go. All right, and that's it for him.
All right, Jenna Bink.
Jenna Bink is going to. Oh, she's going to heal herself. She's going to hide in her little corner and heal herself for a minute. She pulls out. She is panting in the corner, still crying from having to dismantle something so glorious in technology and arcane science, and glue guns of healing herself.
Excellent.
Oh, Jenna's salty tears. Oh.
They taste so yummy.
There
You guys are monsters. That's horrible.
Inspiration. Oh, I'm sorry, you're maxed.
My inspiration for my suffering.
Luddites don't get inspiration.
I mean,
And-
it makes you.
So that automatic stabilization module you mounted on Catapult seems to be working very well.
Oh, twice now that's happened.
That's right. Quickfoot comes over to assist.
Jen, if it makes you feel any better, your pain is our inspiration.
Penny, you're up.
For sure.
I'm shooting at this stupid ball of doom thing.
Hit.
And one more shot.
Nice. Down it goes.
All right.
All right. Who is... Idris is close enough for it when it explodes.
What's the range on it?
It's 15 feet in the air. You're fine. You're fine. It misses you then. All this metal and shrapnel bounces off your armor, but it's not like the last explosion as it dies, and it disintegrates and falls to the sky.
I will, as my item interaction, grab a handful of metal scraps from this thing Jenabink just destroyed and walk them over to her. I think you wanted to study this or something?
I need to go fix Catapult, but yeah, I thank you, Penny. It's going to be easier if I try to reassemble the pieces that I think maybe I can remember what it was like, and so Jenna Bink will go tend to Catapult first.
All right. So what we're going to do is it's 5 minutes after 6. This is a great time for us to end for this week and move into next week. So real briefly, let's walk through some stuff. We'll start with Jenna Bink because I think you had probably the most momentous in a lot of ways episode of anyone. So I'll give you a choice. You can go first or last.
Last. I'm going to go last.
All right.
I'll go.
All right. Go ahead, Idris.
It's a great day. I don't have to hear about this workshop anymore because clearly the control mechanism has been destroyed. So mission accomplished, team. Don't have to worry about this. Mission accomplished. Just land the jet and drive the ship away. I know it's mean, but like Idris is just like being there to see it. It's like bucket list checked, and now he's good. He doesn't have to worry about giving her crap about anything else again. He got the perfect moment. On the plus side, he is so grateful to find out that there is a lot of range stuff, and walking around in this heavy ass armor really f's with your ability to do stuff. So having to shoot from range is not something he enjoys. He'd rather get in there and get that right in there. So figured out his tactics are a lot different now.
Back to the chainmail, maybe?
No. I'm going to stick with 2 more AC after watching what happened here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely different not having the extra movement. So he's got to figure out, like, where does he fit when he's wearing this stuff?
Yeah.
He just needs to work out more.
Well, it definitely puts Genabink in the pure tank role, and that's a tough spot. So
She's now our tank, our thief. I mean,
yeah.
What does Genabink not do besides
arcane science?
Besides maintain arcane science in a workshop?
Matt, would you like to consider inflicting grievous injury on Genabink's psyche?
No, I think she's done that enough herself. And to destroy the thing she came here to study. But no, I think it was. We had a lot of really great role play at the beginning of the session, and Penny, when they were all nerding out and stuff, probably did a fantastic job of talking with She. I mean, inspired the masses, as Penny always does. Yeah, I think overall it was a wonderful session. The flying things of horribleness were really great, Ted. We all appreciate it.
My pleasure. Anytime I can bring that special challenge to you and take the PC guardrails off of 5e, I'm going to do it. So,
Okay.
Delbert, you're up.
Well, I'm excited that I got a chance to use the life transference spell. That was awesome.
That was clutch. That was freaking clutch. Because otherwise, I was pretty certain I was about to reduce Genabink to a fine red mist.
Yes, I thought so too. And I got to Hulk out. I've been waiting to do that one too. I just didn't have a really good reason to do it yet.
If Genabink had decided to deactivate, that would have worked well. You know, that was interesting. So you guys presented a lot of options for each other. You know, so it was very, very cool. Tugger, I really want to tell you how much I appreciate all your hard work today. And
thank you.
Yeah. Fortunately, you were able to get 2. I believe you were able to get 2 constructs off. Is that correct?
I believe that's the technical term, right?
Yeah. Well, one got off. The other one...
One is off and one's about to be.
Yes. All right. Well, congratulations on Tugger. Congratulations, Tugger, on getting the constructs off. No problem at all. And anything else you'd like to add, Delbert?
No, I think we'll end on that the double entendre.
Yes, thank you so much.
On Delbert getting constructs off.
Yeah. So, Genabink, you are up.
So much damage was done to Genabink today, both emotionally and based on, her interaction with the party. So not only, did Penny rub it in, but Idris rubbed it in. Delbert is probably the only party member that Genabink has any trust or respect for right now. So we'll have to see how that plays out, with the party dynamic. And we're supposed to be a cohesive unit, but F Genabink at her research, when she's feeling sad, like she shows a modicum of weakness, and this is what she gets. So that's gonna.
Snide comments aside, right? How you role played that and the decision you make was outstanding. It lines right up with who Genabink is, because Genabink looked down and she saw something she really wanted or potential risk for her friends. I mean, another one of those things might have killed someone. I mean, it was getting to that point, and we were starting to have everybody's hit points down. And you looked at it and said, I can't do that. And you took it out. So I thought that was an excellent role-playing moment and very commendable, Jen. I really thought that was outstanding. And I know it was hard for Genabink, which is what makes it interesting for role-playing moving forward.
Yeah, and interesting in role-playing is frequently associated with failures, unfortunately. So, this is kind of a failure in some respects. So, it's going to be interesting how that plays in the next session. And, so she's going to have to arcane science catapult back to health through tears.
A couple things I do want to point out to you guys as we sort of end this session this week is, did you see where the arrow's pointing here? All right, towards that twisted metal thing that's fallen there. You saw one of those down in Brindle Manor but this one's shattered and broken. So you think you've also found what might have been a gate. And just for your reference, there's your XP for today. Excellent work, folks. That was a tough fight.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching our stream today. Uther once and always. And really good role playing across the board. And do we have someone we want to read today?
We do. We're gonna raid Martian Cat. She's good people.
She's outstandingly good people. So, all right, everybody, let's go see Kat.
All right.